Okay folks, in this tutorial we're going to gather together a few photos that I have on my hard drive on my computer. We are going to copy these files into a temporary folder, create a zip file out of these files and attach that zip file to an email and send it. So the first thing I'll do is open Windows Explorer, and I will do that by holding down the Windows key and tapping the E key once. Windows Explorer opens up. Now if you have a few photos that you want to send to someone, maybe a relative or a friend, rather than attach them separately to an email, we can create a zip file and put those photos into that zip file and attach that zip file to the email and send them all at once. So I'm going to go to my desktop folder, double click on the desktop, and I have the Tendring Computer Club folder on the desktop. I shall double click to go into there, and we have a photo project folder. I'm going to double click to go into there. In this folder we have 6 folders containing animals, quite obvious, and we're going to simulate what you might need to do if you want to send different files to a relative or friend, and you need to go around your computer and collect these files into one location and then create a zip file. So we will take one photo out of each of these folders and we're going to place them into a temporary folder. So first off, I'm going to create a new folder, clicking on the new folder, and I'm just going to call that temp. Double click to go into this folder, and of course it's empty, so we can just click on the back button and we're back to the photo project folder. So now I'm going to go into each one of these folders in turn, pick a photo and copy it to the temp folder. So I'm going to double click on the bears folder, choose anyone you wish. I'll choose this one. There are 2 or 3 ways that I can copy this file. I can right click and select copy. I can go up to the edit menu and select copy, or I can use the keyboard shortcut Control C. Each one of those performs the same task. It copies this file to the clipboard. The clipboard is just a temporary storage area for files, folders, whatever that you copy or cut, but in this case we are copying. So we've copied this file to the clipboard, and we shall go back to the photo project folder. We could click on this one, which will take us back, or we could just click up here, which will take us to the photo project folder, and then we need to go into our temporary folder, so I'll double click on that. Now we're inside this folder. It's empty at the moment, and again we can paste in 3, and there's possibly more ways, but we've got 3 at the moment. 3 ways to copy, 3 ways to paste. I could right click in this area, choose paste. I could go up to the edit menu and choose paste, or I could use the keyboard shortcut Control V, which is what I'll do. So I'll click in this empty area. I'm going to hold down the control key and press the V key once, and here we have the image pasted into our temporary folder. I don't like the number as part of the name on that file, so I'm going to change it. I find the easiest way to change the name of a file or a folder is to just click on the text once, and if you're lucky it will change to blue, which means whatever we type is going to delete that blue text and put in its place whatever we type. So I'm going to just type bear, and there you see it. I'm going to hit the enter or return key to accept that, and we've got no number in the file name, just the name of the bear. Okay, so that's one file that we've got into our temporary folder. We'll go back to the photo project folder, click on there, or you can click on go back, or we'll go up here, click on there. We've got a bear, we need a big cat. Double click on the big cats folder. Doesn't really matter what one you choose, but I'll choose this one. And again, I can right click, copy, or I could edit, copy, or I could use the shortcut key, Control C. This is what I've done. You can see this file was selected by the blue outline. That denotes that it is the currently selected file. So we've copied this one to the clipboard. Go back to the photo project. Double click on the temp folder to go into it. This time I'm just going to use the Control V shortcut, which pastes the image that we have on the clipboard. So I'll hold the Control key down, hit the V key once, and here is the photo that we've taken from the other folder. We've only copied these files. They still remain in their original location. We've just taken a copy of them and put them in this new location. Go back to the photo projects folder by clicking here. Go into the birds folder. Select a bird. That one looks good. This time I'll use the edit menu. Edit copy. Go back to the photo projects folder. Double click to go into the temp folder. Click in this empty space and Control V. And there's the bird. Back to the photo projects. This time we're going to go into the buffaloes folder. Double click on there. Choose a buffalo. I'm going to right click on the file this time. Right click. Copy. Back to the photo projects folder. Double click to go into the temps folder. Up to the edit menu this time, and we'll paste that way. Near the buffalo. Back to the photo projects. We'll go into the elephants folder. Choose an elephant. I'm going to Control C to copy the elephant to the clipboard, which is what I've done. Held down the Control key and hit the C key once. Back to the photo projects. Double click to go in the temp folder. I'm going to right click in this empty space this time and choose paste. Back to the photo projects once more. Get the last one, the giraffe. This one will do. Go up to edit, copy. Go back to the photo projects folder. Double click to go in the temp folder. And we'll go up to the edit menu this time and do a paste. And here we have our 6 photos gathered together in a temporary folder. So now we have these 6 files gathered together in one place. We are going to put them into a zip file. And I always think of a zip file a bit like a suitcase. Like when you're packing for a holiday, you gather your clothes together and you'll put them all inside one case to keep them all contained. And this to me is very, very similar to a zip file. So the first thing we need to do is to select all of the files that we want to put inside the zip file. And in this case we're going to put all of them inside the zip file. But before we do that, I'm going to rename all of these files because we've already done one, which is the bear. I don't like these numbers as a file name, so I'll just click on this one, click once on the text. Sometimes when you click once you don't get the option to change the name, so if I click again, as you can see we've got that option. So now I'm just going to type in elephant, hit the return or the enter key to accept that. It's changed its location because it's alphabetical. At least I believe it's alphabetical. But yeah, we've got the numbers first. So I'll click again here once. No, didn't happen. So I'll click again. Yep. Gives me the option to change the name. And type in giraffe, hit the enter key, and that's changed location because yes, it is alphabetical. I've already got the bear done. Big cat, I'm going to change that name. Click once, it didn't happen. Click again and the option comes up. Big cat, hit the enter key. It's the name changed. Again with the birds, I'm going to change that file name. Click once, click again, and the option comes up. I'll just rename that to bird, hit the enter key, and that's that done. I'm going to change this name because it says buffaloes rather than buffalo, so I'll just get rid of the S really. Hit the enter key, there you go. So okay, we've got them named in a more acceptable way. I will click in this empty space so that I deselect this file. They're all deselected at the moment, but now we're going to put them inside a zip file, so we need to select them all. And again, there are two or three ways of accomplishing this task. We could click once on the first file, hold down the shift key on the keyboard, which is just above the control key, and while we've got the shift key held down, just click on the last file, and that will select all those in between. I'll click in this empty space to deselect them again. We could also go up to the edit menu. Under edit we have the option to select all. Click on there and all of the files are selected, as you can see by the blue outline. If I click in the empty space to deselect, we can also use the keyboard shortcut, hold down the control key and just tap the A key once. And as you can see, it's selected all the files. This area over here to the right is the preview area, and you can toggle this preview area on and off by this little icon. Because if I click on a file, you'll get a preview of it over here. There's the lion and so on. But if this is getting in your way, you can just toggle it off. So whatever way you decide to select all of the files, we need to select them all. So I'm just going to click on the first one, hold down the shift key and click on the last one. Selects all of the files. Now I'm going to right click on a file and we have the option to send to compressed zip folder. So we're going to send it to a compressed zip folder. And here you see it's created a zip file or folder, whatever you like to call it, and it's named it BearZip. It gave it the name BearZip because we right clicked on this image when we created it. If we'd have right clicked on this one, it would have named it Big Cat Zip. But no matter, we can always just deselect everything. Just click in the white area to deselect. Just click on the name, click again, and we get the option to rename the zip file. And we'll call it Animals Zip and hit the return key to accept it. And here we have our zip file. And we have a copy of each of these images inside our zip file. If I double click on this file, as you can see, there's one of each inside. So now we have our zip file. What we're going to do now is to create an email, attach this file to the email and send it. So I will close down Windows Explorer. I'm going to double click on the Firefox icon, my browser, on the desktop to open it. It will go to Google because Google is set as my home page. But on the bookmarks menu I have a shortcut to our Tendring Computer Club website. I'll click on there. At the top I have a link to the email logins. I'm going to click there and I'm going to log in to my email account. And log in. We're inside my email account, as we can see from the name up there. So I'm going to compose an email. I'm going to send it to an account that I have created just for this tutorial, and the account name is email tutorial at Tendring computerclub.org.uk. Fill out the subject field. Safari images. And in the body of the message, just put something appropriate. Better sign it, I suppose. Now I've got the actual email message completed. From me, it's going to email tutorial at tendringcomputerclub.org.uk. Subject Safari images and just a little bit of body message. And what I need to do now is to click on this attach a file, this window will open up, and this is Windows Explorer. It's like a small version of Windows Explorer. You see, you haven't got all these menus, and you've got some of the options but not all. It's like a cut down version of Windows Explorer, but to all intents and purposes it is Windows Explorer. So we'll double click on the desktop, we'll go to our Tendring Computer Club folder, double click to go into that. We will double click to go into the photo project, and here's the temp folder that we created. Double click to go into there. Here's our files that we copied into this folder, and there's our animal zip. So we've got it selected. Just click on open, and it will give you the option attach a file, upload, which is what we want to do. Click on upload. You will see the progress here. It's uploading, and it's uploaded already. So our email is ready to send. So we just click the send button. When I do that, you will see a message down here. So I'll click on send. Eventually we got the message sent successfully. And to confirm, if I click on the sent folder, you will see Safari Images, sent to email tutorial tendringcomputerclub.org. We can double click on that to see the message that we sent. Here it is, pics from my recent Safari, and see the zip file that we attached to the email. So that's confirmation that it's been sent. So what I will do now is to log out of this account, and I'm going to log in to the email tutorial account. In. And as we can see, this is a brand new account. It's the first time I've used it, and as the Safari Images, I'll double click on this message to read it, and it confirms that we've received the message from Michael Driscoll. That's the message, that's the address, same address as the account we're in now, and there's the animal zip attached. I can click on this animal zip, gives me the option to save it. I could click OK, and it will ask me, well, where do you want to save it? Well, I could double click on the desktop. I could go into the Tendring Computer Club folder, double click, go into the photo projects folder, go into the temp folder, and I could save it there, but it's already got the same file in there. It will ask me if I want to overwrite when I click on save, but obviously if you send this to someone else, they're not going to have the same file, so I'll overwrite it, I'll replace it. Yes. So now that's been downloaded or saved to my photo projects temp folder that we created. I shall log out of here. Try again, log out. I'll close down Firefox. I'm going to open Windows Explorer. Hold down the Windows key, press the E key once. Windows Explorer opens up. I'm going to double click on the desktop. Double click on the Tendring Computer Club folder, double click on the Photo Projects folder, double click on the Temp folder. And here's the file that we just downloaded. We overwrote the original one, but it's the same thing. But obviously if someone receives this file, they're not going to have these images. So I'm going to select the first one, hold down the shift key, select the last one. I'm going to hit the delete key to delete these 6 images. Confirm, yes. And here we have the zip file on its own, which is how someone would have it if you sent it to them. And you can just right click, extract all. It's going to ask you where you want it extracted to, and this is exactly the same location as we're in at the moment. As you can see, Tendon Computer Club, Photo Project, Temp, Animals. So we'll go extract, and here we have the 6 files that we've extracted from the zip file. What it's done, this is the zip file, it's put it in a folder of its own. So now we've got an animals folder that's come out of that zip file, and there we have it. We've collected photos together, added them to a zip file, attached them to an email, and confirmed that we can open that zip file when we receive it at the other end. So hope this tutorial has been useful, and see you again soon.